Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
People. These are the kinds of people that may catch though or to me condom not a shan and sa not a shan and noom. Because now you didn't chance the condom share bema home. And he can do that. Because if he can take a Kambu to a flooded zone, na say onim nyanse who say baby awkward in sona yiri a beg do koto ja. This same person bet my condom not a shan and sako chromotor that share noom. No, I guess where they are lower. He is not intelligent enough to be a leader. They be a kamo say a tano onim nyansa. Mobian take Bawumia serious. And sometimes I catch a Ghana for no bufu. Oh, Bawumia. What is a Bawumia? This is not a human being. I have told you, it's a consonant, it's an adjective. Bawumia was a model. It was is a robot made 1974 by a 1954 by the Russians. Bawumia is not human being. When no is anyoma we no ye. Nose mask to me may this guy, you take him serious at your own peril. Why should anybody take Bawumia serious? This is COVID-19 time. What's now? You know, I keep asking myself. It is anyone who constant way na aqua way and was a kambu and namatechem. Now, he's not a serious guy. He's a comedian. Bawumia is an in and out joker. In and out, typically. Our joking instinct or not to me Casano or to me Dano Sre. Samina Nenka Centra. Entina uchenya chance me say otumi da na osre otumi da Bawumia oda hwan kro no aso siriem ono agaze tumi sre ono an snoring na na yere kro Bawumia ono otumi da na osre wait na ye jiminti ye refi Bawumia enjoma Bawumia ye no krum ha me ka say me bo Bawumia nyoma wa ye no krum ha na we akogya so akogina tachem inta den a yamani be di president no me den into be di president obedi atache no obedi president is so nyina mabium Mahmoud Bawumia nya nipa ne Greece na awe ni robo me say the battery sha to na edum onim de oye he is confused. Mahmoud Bawumia, he is confused. The campaign message ni only oye me say to crow waka say Bawumia so to no nyina otechem. Wait, don't ever take this consonant serious. Me bu some questions say what is a Bawumia, and they need to answer what Bawumia is. Because I don't see him as a rational human being. I don't see. What is Bawumia? One day I am an economist. The next day I am not an economist. He does not know who he is or what he represents. Yatia one in say or a Russian. Because on one man prusini on tiasie, the man prusilization grow on tiasie. So let's not waste too much time. When I see Bawumia, ya the battle for Russia to know or skirmishes be don't discuss Bawumia. It's not important to us. We need to support this government. At least $350 million cities has been put in the system. We are helping. We are seeing people being helped. Let's not waste time on a year. Mahmoud on now your popcorn. This idea you want to take up. Wait, just say honesty is bia. There's no gas around him. Hey, akwana na ma jong jirim. The food di ha no osre no hwesoro no only focus bia in life. Steez bia no. Or sorry, the posture say or say unnim baby or say Russian omo tune ni kakro into nanka mu tune man straight and they say unu or have there's all be realization. That guy is not ready. He is not that guy, but people want to force Bawumia to be. He is not. He does not have it. That's what chairman say. In so we are not a yiri no san so we. Sa in so we.
Look, you see, this is kiosk. This is kiosk. Somebody's kiosk. Somebody's kiosk. You have to leave the house. Huh? You have to leave the house. Cars, they say it even took, cars came to pass here. Cars, motorbikes, animals. Massa. The one I saw before, here, the same place here.
So, as a nation, we wanted the president to drive in a four-wheel drive, wearing jackets, putting on a helmet or whatever, wearing gloves, and going to stand there to see this water moving. Is that what was going to give the president an idea of the devastation? I'm asking you people. Sana na mo president here. It's in ka onko baby bako. Na onfa ka ankwesiwo. Now, 10 minutes, no, they not go say, Mahame, we adore, we love you. Now, then it solves the problem. This is a president who is a doer. This is a man who always wants to have an understanding of a situation. This is a man or person or tenure mercy and son of grantee. This is not a toy president like Kufuor or Bawumia. This is a man who wants a clear and a first-hand information of issues. So the president, helicopter near Kotodo Siwono, Ade Yere Kochichirengo, and I say Yere Ton kerosene. Helicopter is on the Jumani Binie. It's not just to travel in a helicopter to go for funerals or to go and visit a chief. This helicopter, ne Jumani Binie. When there's a storm and the president wants to understand what is actually happening to his people, he gets up and see the level of devastation. Right now, when he asks the president, Mr. President, what do you think about the situation? He can tell you that when you look at the devastation from this end to that end, when you look at this particular place from the sky, you can see the water running from Odo and ending at this place. He can give you an idea of what he saw from up. But when you call this comedian, this idiot, this guy, when you get somebody like this who thinks everything is politics, when you get a political party, it's MPP, or say BBI politics. When you get a comedian like this who gets up in the streets, he gets on the streets wearing sneakers, yadi ride a bike or gym, and he gets some dumb idiots following him who goes to two places and stand there and pretend he's intelligent. That is where we get. You see, my problem with us is say Jimmy. So this Bawumia guy, or someone upon or share jeans, or share boxer shorts, or share jeans, and or share shirt, or share sneakers, or kwahin, or kwashen zuodibi, or kofa techem, and how many houses na Bawumia behu? Even where he went, I know I know Monsa Wabono, and not on Antibahatino. How many houses will Bawumia see? A dear pana Bawumia behu. Bawumia cannot see beyond 5 houses. So for this guy to be walking in the mud, all because of some way Jimmy. Or just saying Kwasiadio Muye and Murefi. And they be a catch Ghana for MPP from Ghana for majority of MPP from Jimmy. And so this guy, he has been told to say, Ghana for Jimmy, go out there and walk in the mud. This is an exercise. It could have happened at the end of the day. This Bawumia guy would have died. You know why? Obetime tia bibi so mana wo name. Oshe edian sneakers, oshe kambu. Obetime tia prego so mana wo name. Obenya tetanus obewu. Bawumia betime tia bibi so na asenki no amana koshem ni tibebo bibi mo bewu. Ye Jimmy. So this is all about politics. It is not about being somebody who feels for the Bawumia they see and enfan who. Because when you watch this video of Mahmoud Bawumia, you can see psychologically there's a problem with it.
Dr. Bra. Dr. Bra. Dr. Bra. Dr. Bra.
Yes. Inti omo anomo garden no omo she boot. And ono na ose ono odi omani no she kambu. The level of inti also every fear no. All dressed no. What did they tell him? Omo me ni age ne ne yere ene nkofo mu di ne chine. De na omo ka che no doctor, ye ko baby a nsuo na to. Ye ko baby a teche no no. Doctor ye ko tietia nsuo mo. Na still doctor she boot kambu ana doctor nim nyansa. And they said doctor ka say me kwa koye de me kwa koye surgery e wo tiara. Na doctor wouldn't say ukoye surgery. Okono, at the end of the day, what dress said the ukoye galamsey. You know, say ukoye surgery. You have a galamsey outfit in surgery. Udu hospital wa you take off all your clothes. You have to wear the prescribed outfit. Surgery. You need to clean your hands, clean your arms. Make sure you don't go into the surgery with any bacteria. Make sure say the surgery you are going in, you have covered your hair. Say really be enter obiyum. Just say you know the principle, the basics. It is a doctor rush surgery. Next obe rush surgery no. Washe dian, washe kambu, washe dian, washe mine for touchlight. So dian, washe bulletproof. About the doctor, are you okay? And this is what we are seeing here. So now, obi people say, doctor, are you okay? Because when you were leaving the house, was your wife at home? Omega so you didn't Jimmy and Onim so you hospital and one wash Eddie and Galam say what are there. So this man getting out of the house and opportunity to our two say or flat victims or situation on the ground. Na or sorry no or kambu ne jeans or jeans. Say or the abra onim say one. Say or idea of the floods are onim said the water levels are high. In fact, people say or say he has seen what is happening on social media. Then now so who say, baby I make and sorry them. In fact, I'm going to a place that people are not even supposed to go at that moment because it is dangerous. But this guy leaves the house. Now doctor she helmet or require surgery. Doctor Sebio or she mate from Pobwa or require surgery. Doctor Sebio wakako for a parachute abolichi or require surgery. Nurse is some more because the doctor we Jimmy for. Into Wobano, Ufri Bano, now news of a surgery. Why are you wearing a mate for Tadia? Why are you wearing galamse for Tadia? Why are you wearing a parachute? Because in surgery, you don't wear parachute to do surgery. It's for him, for this guy, to even get out from home, wearing these kind of things and walking in mud. It means he's not intelligent enough to lead anybody. Because this should tell you the man is not a man enough or to think beyond. So you see what they were doing? What was our empathy bara? Bawumia picture. Bawumia didn't feel it on picture. On say they were in front of Bawumia shooting Bawumia's foot. Omu trying to nasi atachaba the nasi. MPP, omu yin kukofi omu Jimmy. So they went out. It's all for the optics. So I have pictures. I have campaign. Oh yeah. Or this again of where Jimmy. Mami kwa bonchina mko tete atachem na me hunye fina nkofoka se me dogana. Ah, na hwan en dogana. Armed robbers omo body poor kam kura ebotu okam no. Omo ire no omo ba omo do omo ntino omo yesa adwuma no. Some of the armed robbers omo reason to the armed robbery no. Omo ka kire wan hwe obesum, but it's a crime. Ain't nobody can say dogana che obia. Bawumia hu say MPP for na Jimmy. Odin say omo to abama ekufu ado be wie mu 2016 no. The same people are alive. No. Ghana for abrosa Jimmy no. So now here these are the views of Ghana for omo Bawumia from far. Now, some Ghanaians saw Bawumia from far. Later, Omuji say, oh, Nipo Kwewani, Amahamana, later Omu say Bawumia and Namono. You understand how Ghanaians think about Bawumia, their views about Bawumia. 90% of Ghana for Bawumia say he's not stable. Omu Bawumia say, Onimi Nyansan to make decision as a man. To be a Rosemond the kind, right? There's Bawumia. I had no headache.
What the mobile? Mama for Funununko. Mama make a sense I'm for Yakemwa. MPP Fulibia. I cannot dare what's the cabo when we end. And I'm saying you Fulibia, but not this cabo boy. MPP. Bawumia. I'm not just pressing there. I'm not even doing anything for financial. Yeah, Bawumia will be about me. I was Bawumia. No. I don't know. You're the right one. Bawumia. What is why do you see it? Yes, where is my I've done that by 8 years in your room. I've done that over there. Then over what the mamu to me here. On the way, John. One my grand my energy bed now. Over Shankwada now obey you. And that by the ocean guard obey. And you have Tuaba. I had Bawumia. Like yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is possible. Yeah, right now. When is the CI? When is the CI? I had my move back. Bawumia didn't go for big. Hey, Bawumia didn't go for. And Bawumia. I'm not just pressing there. I'm not even doing anything for financial. Yeah, Bawumia will
Bawumia no je music. Ah boss Bawumia. No. Ayo no. Ono Bawumia. Yo do I want. Bawumia. Ode. Why be do see ATS me try ya share. Advance obe we. ATS ni ara mu twemu a. Advance obe de. Den obe. Ode mamu ntumi ye we. Aha, ono we be John. Mo amaye kwan ma ye ne nti be gina ha. Ube shengwada na ube yo. And the abane de ocean gwada obe. And ye betuaba na. Ye betuaba. Ma ye de Bawumia. Ah, like yes sir. Yes sir. What move you know? That's how this is possible. Yeah. Right now, mo ye ni see ai. What ye ni see ai? I had my move Bawumia na ne go for big. Hey, Bawumia no go for.
You see, Ghana for munjibi yo. San kwasiade we Bawumia na nkofo na ma Ghana for mu so mo ye jimi for. They are stupid people. You were in power for 8 years. That's why with this issue, no, I don't want to basically blame anybody. But you see, the rate at which MPP for Jimmy say obi Jimmy, no, that is what allowed people to let them understand. So only than ni answer. Enti okojina nzo no de na obeye nsuo na 8 years na otwam. Asenso bo achi Jimmy for. Asenso bo achi Jimmy for. Kumase na ofiri. Ni krom Kumase. Obetwa ahomam ye kwan ye overhead wo enkran wentumi anya bi wo Kumase nyansa be na onim enti de bia meka tell say MPP for Jimmy. Sometimes some issues is here, we don't want to politicize it, but it's the reaction of the MPP in the mayor politicizing issues because the leadership of the MPP are stupid. Yeah, time of flood we see, you know, the MPP were the first to release a statement from Parliament. Afenyo Makan Kwasia, ebe catch Ghana for say, I abino and a den and omudi di abina tem and a de chinya. Na Bawumia be catch Ghana for say a national issue. MPP for in Parliament led by Afenyo Makan, he sought a permission from Bawumia and releasing statement say, "Yem blame NDC are buying for the flats." MPP for Junior. Because of Jimmy, obisa minority omo. Naturally, they were born stupid. They grow dying foolish. Omo party, our parliament led by Afenyo Makan. Okoji permission wa Bawumia. Bawumia read it through omo statement, you know. And omo publish it say, "Sa flood ya ACA and the issue for nipa nyome si no. Yem blame NDC are buying because NDC are buying also." Ade chinya koliko na kojina krum catch Ghana for say woni bibi sa issue a national issue intie nyina yenka ehumbom enkwasiafo mugina parliament ka say NDC na akose mo flag bearer na oye koliko na sebio abayo bi say onya bema ne bema kitikiti say big edien cap no ono so be gina be catch say a national issues when e entie no. Such a foolish political party led by stupid men and women. The question here is mo party representatives of more parliament say yen blame NDC for these flats. Yatiasie. Adechinya Koliko say it's a national problem. We should solve it. National problem. And blaming NDC. How do we solve this problem? You can see that the party is disjointed. Nyansenin nim ejimi for naka. Say the NPP as a political party, we are Ghana in our form serious and our Ghana in our problem because they are not intelligent enough to understand the issues. They are not intelligent enough to understand the Koliko way. He's not a leader. Rosemond the catcher or say, Papa, Bawumia, na opempia jantra for mano, onya bema, on to me and take decisions, a bema or diminyansa. Now, technically, no, or Jimmy for an argument form. That is what Rosemond told us on TV, and it is playing out because our argument for ma, I don't know free fear, as a Kambusa Oko flood area. How can you think like that? Eche wa adwini for form eche bia wono monsa ebia wi precocie ebia wankasa no you don't know who you are because how can you just walk out and say I am going to a flood area, a flood zone, it is the water has flooded the whole place and then you are wearing kambu eche wa Jimmy eche wa adwini form. This alone should prove that you are not intelligent enough to lead people because you could not basically reason. The lowest form of reason to know say me kotie tiansuom me here long boot metme tia dade so metme tia prego so bibi metme apame na wahye kambua unim nyansampo engine say you can reason engine say the okono also kotie tiansuom. These are the kind of people obehye kambua kotie tiansuom na wahye Wellington boot ya kwagem. Bawumia is the opposite of reasonable people. Mahmoud Bawumia onim nyansa na mon kai time I think COVID-19 bayana Bawumia mo hu concert oyero Ghana ebini Bawumia went to COVID-19 time, okay, or call center, and Okoji, Eddie, call center, Nibe Jumaye. Do you know the one speaking? It is Mahmoud Bawumia. You, son, oh, yeah, son, or tear. Mahmoud Bawumia, Unimyansa. And when I say Unimyansa, politically, Unimyansa, on Tiasia, politics, no, on Tiasia. Debia will trebi, on Tiasia. Ah, COVID-19, by one who goes to air, into a company, a comedy. COVID-19 by this is Bawumia, COVID-19 time. And then we okay.
Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. This is the National Information Contact Center. Hello. Good afternoon. This is the National Information Contact Center. You are speaking to Mahmoud Bawumia. How can I help you? Yes, yes. Kaswa. And what's your name? Anotown. Enomeri area. Okay. Yes. So how can I help you? Yes. Okay. Okay. You don't have water. This is in Kaswa, Enomeri area. Okay. Okay. There's no water. Bojasi Road. Okay. Okay. We will look to dealing with this. Do you know who you're speaking to? Oh, okay. You're speaking to Mahmoud Bawumia, the Vice President. The Vice President. Yeah, you don't believe it. Yes, that's me. I think she's confused. You need water. Okay. We will Enomeri area, right? Anotown in Kaswa. You have 2 10,000-liter tanks. Okay. Your message to the water suppliers, and I'm sure you will see them soon. Keep here. Quoting, Assemblyman is quoting. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. God bless you. Thank you. You're welcome. You are blessed, huh? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Very well. Very well. Thank you.
This is what he did. COVID time. No more discount. Or the other ni. Bawumia. You don't know Bawumia. Now me who say obi ti want to argue because of Bawumia. Na Bawumia so nyanipa. What?
Same place here. I can't play the people there. My phone is free.
They'll tell you, oh, yeah, gata. The moment I go to Odono, na esi cycle, na next to Odo River, also Lagoon, next to it, na say you this big gata, yankata aswa, na jomfono mo honi na dia na mfam bola na ngwen. I'm asking you a simple question. Say meti cycle, metonade or cycle. Na this big gata siwo, security nano. Na metonade na me wie nwumbre na me pra. The same AMA. The same government to say, Upton ade we pra. Na opra we are on fan he. Na adwebe say, odon the daho, the mu daho, obi eni ho, okwado munatum. We are creating that problem. We need to understand. In the process of trying to solve a problem, we create more problems for the people. So the Odona Esiwano, it is not supposed to be opened. No. It's supposed to be covered. Because now, how many times can you desilt this gutter? You can't. It is big. It needs a lot of money. You need a lot of power, money to desilt Odono. You cannot. So what you do is you prevent it totally. So before you move forward, what you do is you build fence at a certain timber 20 feet. Then you commit to doing what? Clearing every shit in it. After that, the same time, you put concrete on it. Then you make sure that it is secure to the point obi to import ball and two. then in Sobia be a raw water or dirty water and then our but today we are sitting here saying we are going to fight air flooding. We cannot. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not fucking kid ourselves. Let's not pretend to say the air cost is able to solve. You have to solve it. You have to solve it because as a nation, as a people, we are not ready to take hard decisions. Every single person living close here, those in your man or don't they need to go. I'm telling you. Some VIP for no to cycle market women. And we all know spare parts. Every single person because it's accessible. Because we have given them a direction. We have given them a place to dump their trash. Odo, nobody should live even 500 meters from Odo. Everybody that lives close to it should be moved away from there. What are we doing if we are leaders? If we are a nation and we cannot take decisions, that decisions are immediately it will hurt, but in the future it will save us. And then we are not building a nation. Every day, Biano, you're taking decisions as you throw. Oh, Obibeka and Wabo Ajunabone, Obibeka Bufu, Obibufu, never say, what the fuck is that? Just take the decision. Send a byway and decided say everybody close to Odo River. Wow, we are 200 meters from Odo River. Move. We are giving you 2 months. There are some people who come out and demonstrate. There are some people who come out and say, don't give a fuck about that. Make sure you are saving Omwangasa lives. And the moment you do that, you will not see this nonsense happening in Accra. Every drain, storm drain, beer, Accra beer is opened. A recipe for disaster. A recipe for disaster. We cannot do this. We cannot keep talking. Somebody has to take the hard decisions. We are not educated. Sometimes, I'm catching Ghana for Ghana, without due respect, it is a moi, especially the African. You need to be strict on us. Ghana for ask yourself why. Bogus Libi or Ghana, Mudru Ghana, Junso Abontin, Busansa Dintra. Obiatna Bruche 25 years, 30 years, Onyini Beman Junso Abontineda. Obi Crampo Airtun to see what Guantano Ferry. Why? Because what they came to meet is what they have to live with. Your bogus to Germany, eti America, eti UK. On Tibin Junso Abontineda, Johnson in the Shannon or driving up a baby rest stop. Or Drew Ghana, or Kwe Yeno or Johnson. Right? Because the system allows it. We are enticed about what we see. Especially as Africans, we grew up in a system like that. You need to take very difficult decisions to change us. And those difficult decisions will hurt people. Don't fucking worry about them. The same people turn around and say, hey, what boy you? First party in so but so we have seen so many of it. Time John Mahama Air Circle, Dubai Circle. What didn't we see? What didn't we hear? John Mahama kaso kwesi kejetia edi na nsi. John Mahama ne NDC kaso mu besi kejetia edi na nsi wo Ghana ha. Ensembe na nipa anka. Atenie ne aduabo be ne ambo. Ende omo ana omudwunso konkom. Tama na old kejetia no ha. Embe ma hwe omadeja no. Ende omonye baby dwunso ene. Ema esi omo from oba. That is what you do. You are a leader, you take decisions. The nonsense of pampering a Ghanaian would be say krono. Ghana for naturally we are born foolish. You ready? Ghana ni African, we are naturally born foolish. You see, because we are born into a system that basically encourages foolishness. When we do something for a long time and you tell us, say, you become our enemy. And it is normal. Let them understand it. Because the same African who is able to shit close to a market will come to America and see a market and he cannot shit there. You know why? Because he came into a new environment that he knows that's a sin. So we are supposed to infuse this. So there's the political part of this issue, and also there's the human attitudinal part of it. Let's not sit in Ghana and pretend to say the air cost until we make the hard decisions. It is said recently, say John Dramani Mahama, the president, flat we see, and a President Mahama, he decided to say the rate at which in so a yiri funny power crime. Almost every part of Ghana is so yiri. But Oba Accra, the intensity, what he's seen on TV, it wasn't one community. It wasn't one estate. It wasn't one neighborhood. It was basically the whole of the Greater Accra region. Now, the president wanted to have a first-hand idea of what is actually happening in the Greater Accra region. So if you are the president, what will you do? Are you going to be the president who will tell somebody to come and brief you? Are you going to be the president who will just drive your car to circle and stand there and look at the water and drive back home? Or you are going to be the president who wants to have a first-hand view of what is really happening in the Greater Accra region, that you can have a clear understanding of the situation? A wise, intelligent president will get in the air, because when you're up, you see more than you are down. So the president of the republic decided, said, no, for me to sit for somebody to come and brief me, for me to drive to a place where at the end of the day, I don't even know how the danger is, what is happening, to a place where I can see only 5 houses. Because when you go to where it's flooded, as a human being, you cannot see beyond 20 houses. So if you go stand at Lashibu, you go stand at Chadu, you go stand, and then the cameras follow you, and then you stand there and you say, oh, do you really have an idea of what's happening in the Greater Accra region? And you know how big the Greater Accra region is. There's the president of the republic deciding to go in the air to have a first-hand idea, the visual of the whole city, how the water is basically destroying properties, where it's coming from, what we need to do, how you can see where wetlands are and where hilly lands are. The president wanted to have a feel, understand, get a clear picture. So he got in a helicopter. And a wise man will always want to view a holistic problem than picking small bits of the problem. So the president got in a helicopter and I said, let me go and see it for myself. Now, the question I want to ask you people, more MP before say Kenya president of a helicopter, a video, you people, no more idea about the devastation. 99% of you Ghanaians, you were all looking at the situation from eye level. But Kenya video where about Bontine, our president got on a helicopter to go up and see damage, how far it traveled, how properties have been destroyed, how wetlands have been taken over. Kenya president video we are 99% of you Ghana, for including Bawumia Jimmy, you would have never had an idea of the rate of damage. So the president even gets on a helicopter, giving us an idea of what is on the ground. At the end of the day, we didn't even have an idea of how far the destruction goes. Kenya video we are yet to be a question. I just say Hong Kong. The better say, yes, but we didn't have an idea. Ghana. We didn't have an idea that the devastation, how wide it is. And that's how video we are. And 99% of you MPP4, including Bawumia Jimmy, they wouldn't have known how far this damage has gone. So the decision by the president to go up there and get a clear picture with the committee on Ongasate for them to brief him, do you think it was a wise decision? Yes. Now, I've heard some of my senior journalists state that, this one wasn't good because it's not good for the optics. It is. With all due respect, we are not doing a 1992 politics. We are not doing politics of convenience. We are doing politics of action, whereby leaders will take proactive action. So we wanted to see the president pick his convoy, go stand at one particular place, fold his arms, listen to people talk, get back in the car and go home. Is that what we want to see? Are you not going to be shocked if the president drives to one place? Now, how many places can the president drive? That was the moment all streets were blocked. Majority of the streets that goes to these places, they were blocked. We are talking about the first gentleman of the land. We don't even know where it was safe for the president to stand. A place could look muddy at night, but it could be a hole. We are talking about a president who is being proactive and being wise. It's not about the optics. It is not about the aesthetics. The aesthetics is there. But a president who wants to understand the situation. There are presidents who are toys, who just want to be president. And there are people who want to solve problems. If you want to solve problems, you need to have a clear understanding, a wider knowledge of the problem. Not somebody sitting in your face and briefing you. Because looking at it yourself and seeing the vastness of the effect, you will have an understanding of the issue. Into any president video where I can want Ghana for more bruche and more Ghana. How many of you would have known the effect, the level of devastation, science way toy, and our gutters being overflown? How many of you would have seen it? When we get the opportunity to speak, we cannot always sound nice and intelligent. Sometimes we need to assess the situation from different perspective. I believe that this president, the decision to get in the air, to understand the situation and its seriousness, is the best decision any president can make. But you see, what hurts and say, we as Ghanaians, we know what is right. But you pretended to say the Jimmy by Jimmy. We all know. Say what the president did on any day. So how do you guys call that? Like, no, in any serious country, nobody should live close to any storm drain or whatever you want to call it. Now, the issue here is, sa bola ya akogu apudim na efri hin bae. Time ani eka bola wansem, ya can say we need to act. Ya can say sibia yesisi than the planning of the city is wrong. Nipa na ote MDDC office, say MCE office, say lands commissioner, and I say planning. And fan who. The moment Obiman is Sikano, Obe science here. Now, what about you people who live in the neighborhood? You, the people, are muting neighborhood. What do you do? Oh, where they say family home or the ball egum, ball and a besaba. Now, ball and togo. The baller is in the neighborhood. Every chadwa, every dance man, every dance man, every call lashibi, every lashibia, every fanungwa. That is how it works. And we are not fully taking the blame. The government too needs to take the blame because the system, the state needs to also work, do its part. Now, continuously or consistently, let's take it from the back. A dear partner Abain aye, because if Abain starts to do something, and you one day Abain the a consistent approach to the problem. Now, for 8 years, we didn't see any massive work done to prevent floods in Accra. We didn't do it. Now let me tell you, sa ball away and sa disaster away. You see, for a long time, na etete ho. Because na nani yenya insua emu adin entoyenti na yehu the limiter ebetumako. So adia amboy na say insu na toy na be toda. Now every time you insu be to on kan say aflade no. On say ohun ni say magnitude to say. The reason was that na insu na etono na enoso na pressure nimu. Now insu we na be expose any nipa na yeti kronim no. Say there is a lot I was say taking care of. One, the way we plan our city. And two, the way we are filthy, we are trash people. Yeah, you baller for into insu do na toy no. Into winim a flood. And Kasebi obenya the best 7 days no 1 day flood na muhu ni sa no. It's because of insu na toy no. Ne dodo no into sanki enya insu dodo we ya. And we will never realize this damage. But you see, let's do something. Let's take care of this. Yeah? Time in Sona air tono. See what happened.
Kokochaku Areli.
That's what I've been talking about. In Sunday, to Bolagum. And the issue is as simple. When you allow people to live close to storm drains, when the city build these storm drains, and you allow people to live close to it, that's what they do. In Tubankraya, there are a lot of Odo River, any Colino. Hey, let me tell you, or the Odo and all that. It is because we have allowed people to live close to it. Now, Sabio, when I live like 2 feet, 2 meters from sa gata kakraka we are, just dustbin, I would never take it because me were access to throw it into the drain. It is basically another avenue for people to throw trash and to mess the state up, mess the place up. Because I would be a gata no. Also, my gata kakraka is here in Soneba, Sabio, Elfawa, Obwa. Anything about Bruchra, your drainage is kakranka say your big gutters such a way. But have you seen it before? No. The reason why they don't give you access to those things and then they say, nipa ye create bia. Otnawa de ouno, I don't know react to. It is a obiti gata we one. Nasa sebio at the end of the day, onim se anajo obetima ko toilet dia tum, obetima hwe ni ball eguma. There's no way obetima convincing the person on the trash bin or jaye den. Iti uti Ghana, uti nkran, uni trash bin. Why are you living in Accra? And I was say abane shemra. Say if you be a trash bin in Nimuno, say landlord, say if you know the rent control will shut it down. They close it. Every household, they need to go and give you a bin. You need to pay for your trash to be picked. It needs to be a law. I was say a yemra. Now the government also needs to do one thing. The people living close to these drainages, big ones, anytime I can just say wager, nobody should live 1,000 meters from wager. No. Because around wager, no matter what, about less maybe a quarter of a mile or whatever, they are living in water. We all know. We all know. And mommy and I want to say, this is the first time I did we see a BCBM. And the honest truth is, it does not matter. You can blame Mahama. He's not going to be president forever. NDC, they are going to be powerful for 42 years. You cannot take the government down. You have to protect yourself by making sure, we need to hold these leaders, these chiefs. Yet, Timantem, na obini nam kromo, oh, where the oil hene, we trust us say, oh, your hene trust us, so say, Chutum, Uniminansa. Oh, your hene, uko trust us, so Matisse, chado area, laguno, said, and then people come to power the last 8 years. Minu mienu name chado estate bio. Minu mienu. Until a good father the Bawumia 2017 by power, and I'm turn it chado, a lake, they turned it into a land. We know your grass will grandpa if you feel area beer, you know that place is a waterlogged area. Mameka be binchiramu. Moi in Suafamu dining na 90% of you you know. Let's not pretend. Let's not act as if say Jimmy, ye air costing in a unitia. Obia in Suafani fear than Obia nim. They are pretending to say this is the first time. Ebi see that now buying one first come and me video be my maybe. Mumba hear me them. They see John Mahama nye who unim say be out in your Obia betna area or AC filling station. You know. Sa asafwacha wo ho. Wona odi kro na wo ho no. Wona wo se ye penyin. You know. Baby akwa DC filling station no. Ebe block issue no. Enkwasi afoti kro no they protected that rich man. And the filling station na SM dying. Don't blame the government. And I'm not isolating the government. Abai upon abai, and this government needs to be blamed because there are some things that the government needs to be bold, some decisions the government needs to take. And it been a make abai no. So the NDC government also needs to take blame for this because right now, MPP now also this is the NDC government in power. So at the purpose here, you better NDC abaso. So the NDC government needs to set up and look at this issue critically. They need to basically make decisions, and those decisions are what? People living close to drainages, give them weeks to move from there and cover those nonsense drainages. Don't give people the room to commit a crime. In our attempt to save our own people, our decisions destroy them, and that is what is happening. Because I'm very sure, say, yeah, creating this drainage our intentions say, but that decision they take, is it helping? The decision is rather destroying us because yeah, drainages now. Now look at this video. Here baby any party. Now here be a drainage. Look at this.
Look. You see, this is kiosk. This is kiosk. Somebody's kiosk.
You have to leave the house.
Huh?
You have to leave the house.
Cars, they say it even took cars came to pass here. Cars, motorbikes, animals.
Massa, the one I saw before, yeah.